everybody. It's Tuesday evening. It's time for the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video. And you know what this is. It's weather for Weather Geeks. 8 years and change now. We've been doing weather for Weather Geeks. This began in 2013 as kind of my outlet to talk as long as I want about the weather because, of course, I'm restricted by time on TV, and caught on pretty fast. And, you know, most days, several hundred people at least watch this video, and I really appreciate everyone checking in, whether you're watching on my YouTube channel, on Facebook, Twitter, or on the Storm Tracker 21 app, or WFMJ.com/weather. Those are all the places you can watch this video. It's posted around 7:30 p.m. each and every weekday that I work, unless it's a Friday and the weather looks really quiet, and then maybe I'll skip it sometimes on Friday. But for the most part, every weekday, around 7:30 p.m., this gets posted online. All right, let's review, climatologically speaking, where we are now in the calendar. And starting yesterday, and taking us through almost the end of the month, we are now at our peak, climatologically speaking, as far as temperatures go. And with the new climatological averages that came out that were released a couple of months ago, now the 3 decades, 1991 to 2020, those are the 3 decades that make up our averages. Our average high is no longer 82 at its peak, it's 83. And so our average high now peaks at 83 from about June the 6th, or July 6th, I should say, through about July the 30th. So we're not going to see averages moving at all for another few weeks when we begin going down the other side of the hill, very slowly at first. That is for sure. 89 today. For the second straight day, we did not make it officially to 90 at the Youngstown Ward Airport. Awfully close, though. 83 again is our average high. Our average low is 60, so it was another warm night last night with temperatures about 10 degrees warmer than average. Much like yesterday, the dew points elevated all day today made the heat index a couple of degrees higher than the air temperature at the airport, peaking at around 92. Still have that haze in the sky late this afternoon and early this evening. Hazy, hot, and humid all day today, and as I've been talking about, it's especially noticeable in the morning and in the evening, but we have that wildfire smoke still overhead, not only here locally, but in a lot of the eastern and midwestern U.S., originating from wildfires in western Canada, way out in British Columbia. There's also a few out towards Alberta and Saskatchewan as well. Some fires burning around Winnipeg. And, yeah, this is transporting some high-altitude smoke down into parts of the U.S., including around here, making for kind of a hazy sky. Now, we did have a couple of lonely downpours that have been traversing the far northern reaches of Trumbull and Mercer counties over the last handful of hours. As of this recording at, what time is it, 7:11? We have one more little shower that's getting set to cross 79, and, you know, this is hugging the Mercer-Crawford County line. Most of us didn't see a drop of rain today. Unlike our neighbors to the east, some heavy storms have been rolling through parts of the New York City area over the last handful of hours, just in time for rush hour, and a severe thunderstorm watch is out for southeastern PA and New Jersey. All right, we have a tornado watch out for central and southern Florida because, of course, Elsa, our tropical storm, is kind of paralleling or hugging the coast this evening. Hurricane warnings have been issued for the Tampa Bay area and heading up towards the Big Bend area in Florida. The reason hurricane warnings are out, it's going to be possible that this strengthens into a low-end Category 1 hurricane prior to making landfall. This is strengthened a little bit over the last handful of hours. The circulation's been exposed at times on the western side as some wind shear knocks a lot of the convection to the east of the true center of the storm. But it's gotten its act together a little better over the last handful of hours. Right now, a high-end tropical storm has to get to 74 miles per hour to make it a Category 1 hurricane. Whether it's a high-end tropical storm, low-end hurricane, doesn't matter as far as the impacts go for Florida and points north, as this makes the turn and comes northward, again making landfall probably tomorrow morning in northern Florida, and then weakening as it moves over land, of course, into Georgia and into the eastern Carolinas as well. If you know someone who's vacationing in Hilton Head or Myrtle Beach or the Outer Banks of North Carolina, they're going to get swiped by this with a brief period of heavy rain and gusty winds. On the east side of the storm, there may be a brief tornado threat at any given location, but this is moving at a pretty good clip right now north at 10 and will accelerate some as it starts making that northeastward turn. Around here tomorrow, with the approach of a slow-moving weak front, and plenty of instability in the atmosphere, we have a chance of a couple of rowdy storms in the afternoon. SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, did include all of northern Ohio and western Pennsylvania in the kind of 1 out of 5 on our severe weather scale for Wednesday. In addition to the threat for some strong winds, maybe even some severe criteria winds, 58 miles per hour or higher, there's a flash flood risk around the area tomorrow with as much moisture as we have in the atmosphere. These can be efficient rain producers, kind of like we saw at times last week. Now, both the flash flood risk and the severe weather risk, including damaging winds, they're both on the low end. But it's something that can't be ruled out tomorrow afternoon as storms fire up. I think the morning will be quiet, hot, and humid. Temperatures peaking early in the afternoon before any storms get going. And then storms will be randomly placed throughout the area. They will be disorganized. There's no saying at this point who's going to get one, who's not. But if you get one, you might get a heavy one. And then a pretty active day coming our way Thursday. Again, this stationary front's parked off to our north, and with it kind of attracting moisture like a magnet and enough instability in the atmosphere, I think we'll see a few rounds of showers and storms, even though the risk for strong winds is probably lower on Thursday than tomorrow. I think it's going to be a cloudier day from start to finish on Thursday, and that will lower the instability somewhat. Now, finally, as what's left of Elsa kind of gets off the playing field, our stationary front will start moving and become kind of a cold front. Now, there's no cold air with this, but there is a dew point drop coming with this front that I think we'll notice by the end of the afternoon Friday. It should be a nice summer evening, Friday evening. And then the weekend forecast is trending in the right direction, especially Saturday. I've taken down our rain chances in our forecast from 40% to 20% on Saturday. So in the afternoon Saturday, at this point, I can't rule out a shower or a storm, but I do think, as it stands right now, the higher chances for wet weather over the weekend will be on Sunday. Again, dew points probably coming back to more comfortable levels by the end of the day Friday, and heading into Saturday morning before coming back up again by the end of the weekend and early on next week. Quick look at the Climate Prediction Center 8 to 14 day outlook, showing kind of the same pattern we've been in generally for a lot of the summer. Hot weather favored in the Intermountain West on the West Coast. Cooler than average temperatures favored in the southern U.S. and around here. Pretty standard issue July weather with some days perhaps in the upper 80s to around 90, but a lot of days in which we see some pretty typical July heat and humidity, and I don't see any sort of heat dome parking over our part of the country anytime over the next few weeks. All right, that's it for me tonight. Thanks for watching Tuesday evening's weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you back here, same time, same place on Wednesday.